Hey everyone, welcome back to Hi, my name is Brie. Well, I just got done working out and I'm sweating really bad. And I thought to myself, should I take a shower and get in some cute garden clothes? But no, because we're about to sweat some more. So it's October, and in California, this can be considered fall, but sometimes we still get a lot of sun. But the perfect thing to plant in October is garlic. And it takes a long time, by the way, to grow. We're talking 8, 9 months. But this is when you want to start to plant. So the greatest thing about garlic is you can actually use its cloves to plant. So I'm sure a lot of you have these in your kitchen and you probably don't use them all the time. So garlic falls, I thought an animal just got in the garden. That was my shovel. So, garlic bulbs, if you're not going to use it, you have a garden bed, go out to your garden and plant it. The one thing, though, I do have to let you know is that you have to make sure your garlic is organic because if not, that means it has pesticides on it and you do not want to put that in your garden bed. It will also sprout not properly. So, what I do is I actually go to the nursery and they sell a bunch of these for like, I don't know, I think I spent $2 on 4 bulbs. So, it's really impressive. I got 2 California bulbs and then because I am Italian, I wanted to get the Sicilian one. So it's a long neck garlic clove and they call it a music bulb. How cool is that? And the one thing I loved on the description is it said chefs love to cook with it because it has a really nice bold flavor. And I love me some garlic. So let's see. But what we're going to do is we are going to separate our bulb and get the individual cloves out. And, some can be tough, some not too bad. Here we go. And what is so incredible about this is you can actually grow a lot of garlic. So what we're going to do is we are going to plant the cloves 2 inches deep and about 4 to 6 inches apart. You don't need a ruler. I feel like we all can figure that out. And another thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure our soil is loose, healthy, make sure it has those nutrients. We've talked about this before. Great signs to see is if there's worms in it, if the texture's nice. I've been blessed with my garden beds, keeping them healthy. But I did bring some soil to add. Also, I've been just kind of messing around in here, seeing some worms, been feeling it. Now, on one side, it did feel a little hard, so I'm going to loosen it up because you do, for it to grow, need to have loose soil. So we had some heavy rains a couple days ago, so I kind of think a little bit of mud was created, but that's okay. I'm going to loosen it up. So a little list to make is some organic soil. You're going to need mulch, obviously your garlic, and a little bit of water. Now, I have automatic water on these beds, but if you don't, just get a little water because once you plant, you'll want to water it down before we put the mulch on top. Oh, a lot of worms. Hi, worms. We love seeing you. Okay, so I'm going to add a little soil, mix it up. I was doing some planting last night, and it is funny because sometimes soil can smell disgusting. And then I washed my hands really good, but then I was making dinner, and I'm like, I don't know about this. Nice, silky and smooth. Okay, I'm gonna move you, garlic, over here so I can get it ready over here. So, to give you guys a heads up, it takes about 8 to 9 months for your garlic to grow, but it's kind of perfect end of spring, early summer. The times, obviously we like to make all that warm pasta with that garlic, but it's also a nice time where you can grow all this garlic, and then you're going to start to do your peppers and tomatoes, and then you can think about salsas. But if anything, it's good to train yourself just to grow food. Learn the patience. Okay, smoothing it out. There we go. Oh, so come more worms. So see how my soil is nice and loose? So just make sure yours is. I'm gonna have to work on the other side too, but we're just gonna do this side for now. We've had so many fun things grow in the garden that I'm gonna have to take you guys into the kitchen. We'll pick some stuff out of the garden and go into the kitchen, make some fun stuff. Okay, so now, most important thing is that the pointy top is up for sprouting. I feel like I need to get a little smoother down here. Stop those little rough. So I'm going to do the Sicilian ones first. So, right in there. Four inches. Here we go. You know, it was really fun because my kids and we plant a lot of bulbs for spring flowers. And their reaction, so we plant it and they always forget about it. And then their reaction when all of a sudden they pop up, oh, it's really cute. Right there. You need to wait a little more. We're going to plant some California ones. Will actually kind of be fun to see which one grows better, right? Okay, so I am a garlic lover, and so is Brian. And it's actually nice to be married to someone who loves garlic, so we don't have to apologize for our breath. But I mean, I love making homemade spaghetti sauce. And obviously, like, I'm one of those, as much garlic as possible. And then I absolutely love salsa with garlic in it. And then my favorite too is making stir fry. So I always will first, like, I put my olive oil and then I'll saute my onions and my garlic. And I like leaving the garlic a little thick because there's nothing better than like just biting down into it. And then I'll throw in my bell peppers and my broccoli. And usually I have some type of chicken or, ground turkey or something I mix in with it. And then I slice avocado and I gently put it on top with some sea salt and a little like chili flakes. And voila. No, I said that wrong. Someone correct me. Voila. There you go. And so that's my favorite. But pretty much garlic on everything. What I should do, depending on how great this grows, we could make a really yummy garlic spread. Okay, now that we've had all those planted, we are going to do a little watering. Now, I'm not going to do much because I do have automatic water. My soil is pretty damp, but for all of you, just a little water on top. All right, and then you're going to put mulch on top. Now, I'm only going to do a little bit because it's still kind of warm. It's not too cold here. And then as the winter comes and it starts to get really cold, I'm going to really do some good mulching on top that keeps it warm and not having your garlic freeze. It's important. And so right now this is some of my mulch, but I also use this organic mulch in this red bag. I can't think of the name, but really anything. look up mulch, and there's all these different ways. So yeah, so just a little bit right now, and then probably starting maybe next week or the week after when it starts to cool off, start to mulch it. And then as it gets colder and colder, more mulch. So you can't go wrong, but let's see what happens. So we planted it. Now we got to wait 8 to 9 months. And you know what? We might forget about it, but what a surprise when spring comes to an end. Okay, so I'm on the other side of the garden bed, and I noticed the soil is a little tough. So I just wanted to kind of break it up, and I'm putting in new soil. And I'm kind of just gonna soften everything so it's easy for this garlic to grow. The nice thing is there is a lot of worms. You'll probably see them all throughout here. But hi, there's one. Saw some big ones. Oh, there's a nice big one. But so that makes me happy. But we definitely needed to soften this up. Okay. Hard soil does not make it easy for plants to grow. Sounds like one of my girls laying some eggs. All right. Other than that, everything looks good, feels good. So, like I said before, we're gonna have the sprout up, facing up. Go about 2 inches deep. Okay, and remember 4 to 6 inches apart. Now I'm gonna come right over here. Wow, I'm sweating bulbs out here. Mom joke. So 1 clove will produce 1 bulb of garlic, which is really cool because when you get a bulb, you don't know if you'll have 6 or 12 cloves in there. So if you think about it, from 1 of these, you get 1 of these. That's a lot of garlic. Okay, did that one there. You know, I think I'm good with this side. So after you plant, remember sprouts up, 2 inches down, 4 to 6 inches apart. You're gonna just do a little bit of water. And then you're gonna do some mulch. And so any type of mulch will work. I will, as it gets colder, I'm gonna have a heavier, more nutrient mulch I'll throw on. But this is something visually for you to see, like just how to cover your garlic. This does grow throughout the winter, so it's important that it stays warm and covered. All right. Whew. Workout done, garlic done. Now it's time to go pick up the kids. All right, everyone, if you liked this video, please make sure to like it, subscribe, you know, whatever. And more garden tips and seeing me in the kitchen with our garden goodies coming soon. All right, bye, everyone.